Hi guys, welcome back. I'm still in the same clothes, still the same day, but you get to watch it on a different day. Okay, so before we start, I have sent your parents an email saying that if they have it available, a whiteboard and a whiteboard marker and some sort of eraser, whether that be a paper towel, a tissue, or your sleeve, no big deal. If you don't have it, just do it on a piece of paper, and this will kind of be like our share and show when we do it in the classroom to see whoever can get it up first, right? Okay, so in 5.5, it's a lot of the similar, we're doing a lot of the similar stuff. We're doing repetitive work. Okay, so 5.5, first problem is, let's see, Devin had 36 toy robots on his shelf. He moved 12 of the robots to his closet. How many robots are on his shelf now? Okay, so I'm going to write out my problem on the side first. So I have 36 minus 12, right? So I need to draw that out. I'm going to put a line through it. Subtraction. Okay, so in 36 we have 3 tens. So I'm going to draw my 3 tens. 1, 2, 3. And we have 6 ones, so I'll draw those out too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then in 12 we have 1 10 and 2 ones. 1, 2. Okay, so when we do the subtraction and we're looking at our ones place, we know 6 is bigger than 2, so we don't need to borrow a 10. So 6 minus 2 is 4. And 3 minus 1 is 2. So we know 24 is our answer. Okay, which means we need to show it. So we know we have 2 tens left. So I'm going to circle it in green. Or 2 tens that we don't need anymore, and I'm just going to cross them out. And then we know that we have 4 ones left. So I'm going to circle everything but 4 ones, and I'm going to cross those out. So that shows me that I have 24 left, and that's my answer. Okay, so for number 2, it says Devin had 54 toy cars. He gave 9 of them to his brother. How many cars does he have now? Okay, so I'll do the vertical equation on this side in green, I guess. Okay, so it says he has 54 shelves, so I have 54 toy cars. And he gave 9 of them to his brother. Okay, so that's a subtraction problem, and I'll do the line this way this time. Okay, so looking at our ones place, we know 4 is not bigger than 9. So we need to borrow a 10 from the 5. So if I borrow a 10 from the 5, let me change the color. Go back to red. I'm going to cross out the 5, and I'm going to make this a 4. And the 4 becomes a 14. So 14 minus 9 is 5. So I have 5. And then I just bring the 4 straight down because there's nothing below it, right? So my answer is 45. He has 45 left. So the first thing we're going to do is draw out our 10s, right? So I'll do that in black. Our original numbers, clarification, our original numbers. So I'm going to draw 54 out. So I know in 54 that I have 5 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 tens. And I have 4 ones, so I'll draw those out too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then 9 doesn't have any tens. We just have a 1, right? So we have 9 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So we need to show that we have 45 now. So we know we only have 4 tens. So I'm going to circle it in purple. Come on. There we go. Purple. So I have 4 tens. So I'm going to circle 1, cross it out. And then I know that I only have 5 ones left. So I'm going to circle all these ones and exit those ones out. And that shows me that I have 45. So if you need to go back and go review it, pause me go review it, and then come back. Okay, so I'm going to erase it. And we are going to go to share and show. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so this gives us an example of what they're looking for, right? And I said not to do number 2. We're not doing number 2. And in the 3 problems, it's not asking you to draw. But I did on whiteboard so I can show you the answer after I have you pause me to do it yourself. And I drew it out just for you to see it. But you do not have to draw it out on these 3 problems. Okay, so get your whiteboards ready and your markers. And do number 1. Pause me. Okay, this should be your answer. For number 1, this should be your answer. If you didn't get it right, try it again. There's number 1. Okay. Erase your boards. Get ready and do number 2. And pause me. Okay, here is your answer for number 2. If you didn't get it right, erase and try it again. Okay, and last one. Number 3, go ahead and start. And pause me, don't forget. And here's your answer for number 3. If you didn't get it right, try it again. Pause it if you need to look at it for longer. Okay, we're going to move on. The next section is to do it on your own. So while you do it on your own, ooh, delete. Come on. There we go. I want you to pause me and do it on your own, and then I'm going to write the answers up on the board. Okay. Okay, for number 4, your answer should look like for number 5, your answer should look like this. For number 6, your answer should look like this. For number 7, your answer should be this. For number 8, your answer should be this. So it took away the boxes. So I want to make sure you're writing the numbers on top. You don't always need the boxes. You just have to show me that the numbers are on top. So this is your answer. For number 9, this is your answer. For number 10, this is your answer. For number 11, this is your answer. For number 12, this is your answer. For number 13, this is your answer. For number 14, this is your answer. for number 15, this is your answer. Okay, for number 16, it is asking you, Spencer wrote 5 fewer stories than Katie. Spencer wrote 18 stories. How many stories did Katie write? So it's asking you to create a number equation. You don't have to if you don't need to, but the space is there for you to do if you need to. So it says, Spencer wrote 5 fewer stories than Katie. So, in a subtraction problem, if we're writing a number sentence, this would look like this would be an addition problem. You would do 18 plus 5 is equal to square. Do we know what our square is equal to, or can we just count up either on our number lines or by our fingers? It would be 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 5. 23 is your answer. If you need to pause and read over these answers before I move the screen, do so. Okay, we're going to move down to our last page of 5.5. Come on. Okay, we're going to do some problem solving. Circle the problem below that you could use mental math with. Okay, so I can't do this one for you because it's which ones you can solve on your own. So, if you could do it mentally, what are some numbers that are easy to take away? In my head, I would say this one, and this one, and this one. And each one of your answers is going to be a little bit different. But if you circled one of those, you can say, I used mental math to subtract with large numbers like 10 and 20. Or I decided that subtracting a smaller number would be easy to do in my head, and I didn't have to break it apart. Something like that, but this answer is individual and specific to you, so you have to think about which problems you did without mental math. If you couldn't do any without mental math, tell me you couldn't do it without mental math. But you have to tell me. This is individual. Okay, number 18, it says, there are 34 chickens in a barn. If 16 chickens go outside into the yard, how many chickens are in the barn? Okay, so this is a number sentence, right? So then it would look something like 34 minus 16 is equal to box. Okay, so I would recommend using your number line to do this. You could also do it vertically if you wanted to. If we did it vertically, it would look like this, 34 minus 16. And you could do it that way. Whichever way is easiest for you and the strategy that is easiest for you. So I think the easiest strategy for me is to do it vertical. So I know that 4 is not bigger than 6. So I need to borrow a 10 from the 3. So I'm going to change my color really quick. So I'm going to cross out my 3 and turn this into a 2, and then cross out my 4 and turn that into a 14. So 14 minus 6. What is 14 minus 6? Think about it. It is 8. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So we know there are 18 chickens. left in the barn. Okay, you guys, so that is it for 5.5, and I will make another video for 5.6.